Can you imagine modern American life without Chinese food? Or without Walmart? Well, trade between the United States and China has not always been what it is today. To be sure, Chinese immigrants have been a part of America for centuries. For example, they were instrumental in completing the nation's first transcontinental railroad. Unfortunately, they were also the target of some of the nation's first anti immigrant fervor. The Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 was the first significant restriction of free immigration in United States history. Racially and economically motivated, it was in effect for over 60 years. Nonetheless, as early as the turn of the last century, China was seen as a potentially lucrative trading partner. Theodore Roosevelt was a strong proponent of the open door policy, an agreement between European powers and the United States that sought to ensure equal trade access for all foreign governments. That all changed when China's Communist Party won that country's civil war in 1949. With the rise of Mao Zedong and China's Communist Party, relations between the two nations cooled significantly. The United States refused to recognize the Communist People's Republic of China and instead did business with the ousted dictatorship, the Republic of China on Taiwan. China was considered public enemy number two, and although not formally part of the Soviet bloc, Communist China played a huge role in the ensuing Cold War, particularly during the Korean and Vietnam Wars. So it was a big deal when President Nixon visited Communist China in 1972. He was the first U.S. president to visit Communist China. He spent about a week touring the nation and visiting with dignitaries. And he met renowned communist leader Mao Zedong. The two countries put aside their significant differences to aid each other against the increasingly expansionist Soviet Union. This ushered in a new era of growing trade relations and a new open door policy. Although Nixon envisioned the U.S. selling our goods to China, our trade balance has actually exploded in the other direction, with flagships such as Walmart the most obvious example. 30 years after that historic visit, the current status of our trade with China is a cause of concern for many. Indeed, far from being an engine for domestic growth, some now see China as an economic rival, and perhaps even more.